Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about this beautiful kukuri from G.G.K. This is the 6-inch panawal blade, so stay tuned because we're going to get right into it. Hey everybody, what is up and welcome back to the channel. And today, like I said in the intro, we're going to talk about this beautiful blade right here. This is a 6-inch panawal kukuri made by G.G.K from Nepal. The owner that makes these is named Perna Darnell. And Perna is a super great guy. I've had the pleasure of chatting with him through Facebook for a little while now since I've gotten these knives and I've been doing these reviews. And this is the last one I got to review. I've already reviewed the 5-inch panawal blade that I got. I've also reviewed the service combat kukuri which I got, which are actually sitting right over here. And just another phenomenal blade from him. Really happy with these. You guys can see what it looks like in the sheath. The sheath is very well made, nice leather things. You got your chakmak and carta in there as well. That's the two other blades. One is sharp for like skinning small tasks like that, and the other one's your sharpener and for doing fire starting, which I will show those to you. But this is a very well made sheath, very well done, and this is the 6-inch blade. So we're going to take this blade out and show you guys that, but I wanted to show you it in the sheath first. These are made out of 5160 spring steel, and that's a leaf spring from a Jeep, like a Toyota or a Mercedes or something like that. And they're just very well handcrafted. So we're going to pull this out. And the way I'm pulling this out, if you guys watch, I'm going to put it back in there. The hand is on top like this, and I'm pulling it out as that blade rotates in the curve. You don't want to wrap your fingers around it, because if you do that, you could possibly slice through the sheath. And if you pulled it out wrong, and then you could end up cutting your fingers off, because these things are really sharp. But this is what the 6-inch panawal looks like. Very well made, nice thick spine. Rosewood handle, what they consider rosewood, their type of wood, but it's a rosewood type handle. It's got a lanyard hole in it, traditional end stock on it, and just very well made and fits in the hand. I have average guy hands, and this fits in my hand very, very, very well. Now, I really love these blades. This one is partially polished on the edge, but they left the black on it, which is really nice. It helps with the rusting and stuff, and just this blade feels really good in my hand. And since I've been doing all these kukuris and stuff, I've come to find that like the 5-inch, the 6-inch, and the 8-inch are probably my favorite sizes. Other though, I do like the 10.5 service kukuri, but for like everyday carrying and stuff, I think that is. And I'm going to show you a comparison. This is the 6-inch, and I got the 5-inch panawal here as well. This one is also from him. I'm going to show you the difference in the size of the blades, so you guys can kind of see that difference and see the handle size difference. There's a little bit of difference in the handle size. Hopefully I can show you guys that from one to the other. But this one still fits in my hand really well as well. But that gives you a comparison from 5-inch to 6-inch blade. The handle's a little bit bigger. The blade's a little bit bigger. That shows you kind of the comparison of the blades side by side. So you can kind of have a better idea of the difference between 5-inch and 6-inch when you're talking about these kukuris, so you guys can kind of see it. But both of these are very, very well made. I'm going to put this one back in the sheath right here. If you guys haven't watched the video on this one, go and check it out, because this is a great blade. This is a great kitchen type blade and stuff. Or if you're doing food prep or doing those smaller tasks, or you just want an everyday carry kukuri that's smaller, this is a great blade. I am going to be making some custom sheaths for these to be able to do a couple different carries, scout carries and things. But we're talking about this really nice 6-inch blade right now. Now, Perna, I mean, to say that he's a master at what he does is an understatement, I think. I think he's an amazing, phenomenal, top-notch blacksmith bladesmith that makes amazing, amazing kukuris, and he also does custom work as well, and I definitely recommend you checking him out. I will have the link to his website down below. The really nice thing about working with Perna is that you can actually contact him through Facebook, and you can actually talk to the man himself, tell him what you want, and he will custom make a blade for you. Now, when I ordered these first three, this was a test run for me to see what his blades were like, see how well I liked it, to see if I might be interested in ordering some custom stuff from him. And to tell you that I want to do that is a big yes. I am going to be ordering some custom stuff from him in the future, and I'm going to be buying some of his just regular stock blades that he carries. He has around 165 to 200 type knives on his channel, like kukuris and stuff that you can get. So he has a very wide selection, from the traditional stuff all the way up to some more modern stuff. Does a really good job with this, so I definitely recommend it. But let's talk about what we would do with this blade. Now, this is a step up from the 5-inch, so this definitely can do your kitchen task type stuff. And if you guys want to see what kitchen task type stuff you can do, you can go watch my 5-inch panawal one where I did a bunch of kitchen stuff with it. I'm not going to do that with this knife, because this is basically going to do the same thing as that, but it's a little bit of a step up. You can still do some woodworking stuff with it. You can do fine woodworking with it. This would be a good skinning knife for you, with just a little bit bigger profile is all it is, and this would be a great everyday carry as well. Remember that these are 5160 carbon steel, so when you're talking about 51, and I hope I didn't say stainless steel in the beginning, but it's 5160 carbon steel, and they do need to be oiled and taken care of. And you also need to do a little maintenance on these handles. You want to make sure that you oil the wood every time, because it can shrink up on you if you don't take care of it, because these are handmade, hand-forged, made individually to order. When you order one of these, they hand make this, and then it gets sent to you. And I will tell you right now, if you guys don't know how they make these, go to G.G.K's YouTube page, and you can watch how they make these. It takes 4 guys a solid day to make one kukuri. All right, that's 4 guys working on this. There's a guy that's making the handles. There's guys that are actually forging the blade. There's guys that are finishing it and sanding it and stuff. There's a lot of work that goes into making one of these things, and these things are super straight. I know a lot of people worry about that. I mean, just these are phenomenal blades. G.G.K, if you want an original, true kukuri from Nepal, I definitely recommend them. But let's get into some tasks that you can do. Now, I got this little log right here that I'm going to use for doing a couple chopping things to show you guys some stuff. And then this is something I'm going to talk about here in a minute as well. But let's talk about just basic stuff. Like, so if you had a limb like this, you know, and let's cut this guy down. So we're going to put this across here, and we're going to kind of cut this branch down. And well, we can delimb it first. So let's talk about delimbing. So this would be great for doing stuff like this, where you're delimbing a branch, where you're just taking that stuff off. You know, you definitely don't want to cut towards your hand, because that's a bad idea. But you could easily see how easy it's just taking off those limbs, and you can take that off. And then if you want this to be shorter, you can just shorten it down with a couple little good whacks. And you can shorten down your blade, shorten down your stick. Let's make another small one. And there goes another small one. But you can shorten down your stick, and then you can do notch type stuff with this. If you want to do notch type stuff, you want to use that inner blade right here, because that's the best way to do it. You can use the outer one if you want to. It's whatever works for you. I prefer, when I'm doing the notch stuff, I'll actually take and I might take the big part of the blade to kind of get it started right there, and then go in here. Let me pull this back, because I know the camera's kind of close. But you can make that notch and just roll that blade in there, like so. And I'm just using the whole blade, kind of sliding it back and forth to get that notch. And then I can just notch it out. And you can choke up right here, and that'll just take that right out really easy. And then you just keep working on it until you get your notch that you want. You can use both the inner or the outer. You see, I'm going to use both just to show you. And just keep working that. So you can do both. It's whatever works for you. The nice thing about this is you can get your thumb on there and really work that in to create that notch. And then you get a nice little notch, really easy, out of that. And then you can do some feather sticking stuff. I don't know if I want to feather stick this guy. Well, maybe we can. Let's you can shave this off. You can see how sharp that is, and just shave that right off. So you can do shavings. Let's do a little feather sticking. So let's move this guy out of the way for a minute. Still want to talk about that, and let's just see what we can do for feather sticks. Now this wood is really wet. For your curls, for your tinder. But you guys can see it's doing that just fine. We're getting some long ones. We're not really getting a curl because, like I said, the wood's wet, but we can definitely just easily, you guys can see, it works just fine. And if you want to do really fine stuff, want to do really fine ones, it's doing really nice fine curls. Nice long ones too. Alright, just to show you guys, it did all that really easy, really fine. So that, it's going to work great for that stuff. It's also going to work great for if you're just trying to make a spear point. You can get in there and trim all this off. Let's take this off. Now we'll start here. We'll make a nice tent peg, spear point for a hot dog or whatever you're wanting to do. You can easily just shave it down to whatever your little heart desires. And there you guys go. Nice little point right there. So roast a hot dog, roast a marshmallow, make a tent steak, whatever you want to do. It'll do that, not a problem. That's kind of what you're going to be doing with this kind of stuff. And you know, if you want to chop some stuff, you know, about that size, you can actually chop through this pretty. And I'm just letting the knife kind of do the work, and it'll cut through. If you wax, it cuts through that. But this is about what you're going to be chopping. Now, the reason why I got tons of sticks around there. The reason why I kept this lovely little log on here, this nasty little thing, is because I know some of you guys out there are batoners. And I'm going to talk about this until I'm blue in the face. I don't do batoning. I think batoning's stupid. That is not what this tool is used for. Can you do it? Yes. Should you do it? No. That's what axes are for. But that's my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. Those of you guys that love to baton and love to beat your knives through wood, you beat to your heart's content. You know, that's entirely up to you. I won't do it. But I am going to talk about, if you are going to try to baton with this, the size wood you should do. And it's about something like this. If you guys can see that core, look at the size of this blade. All right. This blade, you don't want to go all the way across like this when you're doing this. You want to use this part of the blade right here, where that belly curve is at, right there. And I said this in my other video too. Where that belly curve is at, right there, is where you want to do it. And then you want to be hitting here, because this right here is the strongest part of your kukuri. This bottom belly cut, that's where it's made the hardest for cutting and stuff. It's not going all the way across. The heat treated harder here. It's a little softer at the tip, a little softer in the back. And if you're splitting logs, this is about the size that you're going to want to split with this. If you're batoning, you see that thing is just sticking there like that, just sticking right there. But that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to put it about right there, hit right here, and you'll be good. And we probably see about going there. Look at that. That's crazy. So, but I don't do batoning. So I just wanted to show you guys that, because I am not going to do that to my knife. That is not what I use it for, but I wanted you guys to understand that, you know, if you are going to baton with this, which I do not recommend, that's what you would do. I don't recommend batoning. Get an axe. Get a small camp axe, anything of that nature, but don't do that to your knife. That's not what it's for. I don't know who decided that, you know. Pretty sure it was some dumb YouTuber that decided to test the strength of things and decided that was a good thing, and then it just took off for some reason. But that's my personal opinion. I say that in about every video I make when it comes to knives, because I don't do batoning. I'm not a batoner. I'll never be a batoner. It's just not my thing. But anyway, back to this knife. So that's basically the kind of task you're going to be doing with it. You'll do a little bit of chopping like that. You'll be able to do your feather sticking. You'll be able to make tent pegs or things like that. You know, you'll be able to carve really good. You can do some whittling. This really gives you a lot of great control and a lot of different things you can do. It works really, really good. You know, and then little stuff like this is very easy to do. I don't think you can see that here, but like a little. Let me grab my log back here. A little a little piece like this, something like this, is real easy to just. This thing is bouncing off of this. That log is too soft. Let me get something harder because it's sinking into that. Let me get this one. Let's grab this one. So let's set this one here. I think this one's a little harder, so I can do a little chopping. You know, but this one right here, I mean, once you have the it broke off there. This is soft too, but you should be able to just. It's sinking into the wood. Oh my God, everything's wet. All right, that's not working either. All right, we'll just chop it here. So this is hard. I know this is oak, but see, if you have a nice solid piece like that, that's exactly what's happened. So you should be able to just and watch that piece fly off, and that shows you how sharp that is. It just chunks it right off. Did I make it my wood pile? I'll have to pick that up later. But here's another one. We'll do another one for you, and it just flies right off. So you guys can see that it can easily process sticks like this and stuff. Pretty easy. And keeps a nice edge, so you guys can see. Nice edge. And this is oak, by the way, so this is landing on oak. That's why this thing is, and I keep sticking, this is my bench, and I keep sticking things in it and stabbing it and chopping, but these three pieces are actually oak. But anyway, so this is a great all-around camp knife. This is a great everyday carry for just doing general tasks, things of that nature. The sheath is made really well. When you're pulling this in and out, you always want to make sure that you just let it guide itself and then feel it in there, and then just ease it back in there and then pull it back out just as easy. The sheaths are made really well. They're like they make the knife and then they make the sheath around the knife is what's really cool. So, but I really like these kukuris. I'm really impressed with it. And then you got your Chakmak and Karta, which are the two knives that are inside of it. One of them is a little skinning knife like this. So it comes with a really nice edge on it. And this one fits in your hand. Look at that. It goes across the whole, you guys can see that all across my fingers. So that's a great little skinner. And then this one is for honing your blade, and this also, it's got a nice 90-degree spine on it, so you can actually use your fire starter, use your ferro rod to throw sparks and stuff. But when you guys are using it, I'll show you, when you're wanting to use this to sharpen, you can just set your blade like this on a piece of wood, and you want to hold it at a 45-degree angle, and you just want to go down your blade like that. And then I turn mine around, and then I do a 45-degree angle and come back up. Now you can do your 45-degree angle down like this, and then you can take it on the other side with your other hand if you want, and 45-degree angle it and come back up. You can do that, or you can do like this. This is one of the things that I do too. I'll just take it like this, and I'll 45-degree angle it like that, and just rotate it back and forth because that's a lot quicker for me. And that just hones your blade. And if you do this honing process after you use your blade, and just hit it a couple times, you really end up with this really nice edge that'll just keep it. So my recommendation, this is just what I do, is after I've been using my blade, I will take a minute when I'm done doing my task or whatever. I'll just take a minute when I sit down, like if I'm sitting at the fire at the end of my day or doing whatever and stuff, I'll take a minute and just run that up and down it a couple times, and then I keep my blade nice and sharp, so it's always sharp. When I go to use it again, I got this really great edge, and that, it shocks me how well that works, but it works really well. And man, just if you guys could feel this edge, it's just crazy how sharp that is. But Perna makes a really great kukuri, and I'm really impressed with it. And I'll show you again. We'll take this little 5-inch one. This is the baby to that one, so you guys can see the difference in the size while we're finishing up this thing. But it really comes with a really nice sheath, and I can't say enough about how well these blades were made and how impressed I am with it, and just how nice they are. How the fit and finish and everything is really amazing with these. And I really suggest that you guys take the time to go watch the videos about how they're made and understand what these are as far as being handmade custom pieces that when you order it, they hand make it and do it. And the other thing I'll say about, like, with Perna is that his shipping is crazy fast, because I'm like, from the time I talk to him about getting something and then they make the knife and send it to me, it's only taken about 7 days. At least that's been my experience so far. I mean, maybe it'll take longer, but so far, the ones that I've gotten from them, it was 7 days. It was actually 6 days, to be honest with you. It was 6 days it took to get here. So, really happy with it. So this 6-inch one, and I just put these together to kind of give you guys an idea. If you guys want to see this video, I've already made this video. You can check it out on the 5-inch. It's a great one too. But this gives you kind of a size comparison. But I really like this 6-inch size. I think this 6-inch size just fits my hand really good. It feels really great. It looks really good. It does the task that I needed to do and stuff. And that's the thing that you guys got to figure out is what are the tasks that you want your kukri to be able to accomplish. Because if you're wanting to really go hack down things and chop down bushes and do kinds of stuff like that, then this is not what you're going to want. You're going to want something larger like this, which is this is a 10.5 kukri, But if you want just a good everyday kukri that can do your general task like we've showed you in here for doing some wood task and processing things or cutting rope or anything of that nature and stuff, then either one of these will do great. It just depends on which side you would prefer to carry. I like having a little bit bigger because I do get a little bit more out of this. There's a little bit more meat on this. But I like my 5-inch too. I love the 5-inch, and I'll tell you, I'm going to be designing a sheath for this 5-inch that is actually going to be a scout carry that I'm going to probably carry every day because I like that. I'm going to do one for this one too. But in the end, it depends on what suits you and what fits you. Now, if you got really big hands, this one will still work for you, but you're going to have to drop your finger behind it, where you may not have to do that with the 6-inch. But the 6-inch, very impressive, very nice, very well made. I can't say enough about these blades. I'm so impressed with these. Very happy with it, and I can't say enough about the service that I've received from G.G.K and from Perna, and just the quality of the blades that I have received as well. I'm just very impressed. Definitely going to be ordering more, and I hope you guys at least give them a look and think about it, because I definitely think that they're a great company to work with, and I think he's a great person to work with, and I think their service is really good, and as far as the kukris go, they're top notch. They're top notch. Out of all the kukris that I have, definitely at the top of my list as far as the ones that I really like the most. Very impressed with them. Very happy with them. Definitely going to be ordering more kukris from them. Just really does really well. So I would definitely recommend G.G.K. I highly recommend you go to his website. I will post the link below, like I said, and definitely check them out. Find one that suits you. And if you're not sure what you want, then send Perna a message and tell him, this is what I'm interested in, this is what I want a kukri for, which one do you recommend? And he will recommend one for you that actually will work for what you're interested in doing it for. Now me, I like to have ones that are all around, purpose ones, but just like in anything else, there's a specific knife that works better for a specific task. So if you're trying to find that all-around blade, then you need to kind of, pick something, that's going to suit you in what you're going to be doing with that blade. Me, I like some different size stuff, and as it's come to my testing and stuff, I'm really leaning towards, a certain size blade, which I will talk about in another video. But I will say that I'm definitely going to be ordering more from him because I'm so impressed with these and so happy with these. I can't say enough about them. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you, in your search for a really nice kukri made from Nepal. I hope you guys will check Perna out. If you guys do message him and say something and end up talking to him, tell him Bravo Bassin sent you. He knows who I am, and hopefully you'll find something that you want, and you'll find something you like. So I definitely recommend them highly. Definitely highly recommend them. Just really great company, and very impressed with them. So I would definitely recommend them. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you got any questions or comments, put them down below. I'll say it again. Link to G.G.K Kukuris will be down below as well, so you guys can go check him out. You can check him out on YouTube as well. He has a YouTube channel as well, which is really awesome. If you guys haven't seen my video of showing you how sharp one of these is, there's a short video that I have, this one right here, and you can go check it out. And maybe I'll put that link down below as well, and you guys can see how sharp one of these is and what I did with that, so you guys can see how cool they really are. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you guys on the next video.